Welcome everyone to another edition of the Bad Deck Monday Highlight Reel. I am Puka and I will be taking you on a journey through the best plays I had on this week's edition of Bad Deck Monday, our live stream where we play bad decks just to have fun and see can we come up with any crazy stuff that actually works for once. We got some good moments this week. I apologize I haven't done it in a few weeks, but we got a lot of good material to work with this time, so we're just going to jump right into it. Let's hit it off with number 5. Kicking things off at number 5, we have my surprise deck, where Mew EX gets a surprising amount of action. Start off using Hammerhead, copying my opponent's Landorus EX to knock out his own Piplup. And then from there, we have Bouffalant come in with Goldbreaker. So all sorts of weird Pokemon are taking it to my opponent's Landorus EX Empoleon Dusknoir deck. You don't really expect to see Bouffalant knocking out a fighting Pokemon, but there it is. And then after that, we just got Mew EX, just still alive somehow, still attacking, this time going with Attack Command. So it's almost like I've been using my opponent's attacks more than I've used my own. That's just Mew EX for you. And then after that, it's just a catcher on that last Duskull, and I copy Attack Command one more time and wrap things up. So surprise at number 5. Getting the job done with Mew. At number 4, we have my Liepard deck, where I use Assist to copy one of my big hitters' attacks. This one's going to be Zekrom EX. You can use Assist when you flip heads. You get to you use one of your bench Pokemon's attack. That's pretty much what it does. And I copy Strong Volt to knock out this Rayquaza for 150 damage. It's a neat little deck. You use Victini to reflip in case you get Tails. So we take down a Rayquaza, and then we're going to use Assist one more time to try to take down a Rayquaza EX, and we got it. Strong Volt. I never thought I would see Liepard use a Strong Volt, but he does. Takes down a Rayquaza and a Rayquaza EX in one hit. I have Dark Claw as well, if you need to add that extra 20 damage to get EXs out of there. And right after that, my opponent can't take the heat, concedes, and just like that, Liepard with the assist in the victory. We take that game, and that is number 4 on Bad Deck Monday's Highlight Reel. In this game, I find myself down 4 prizes against a fully set up Darkrai Hydreigon deck. I'm using my Garchomp Altaria Salamence deck, but we knock out a Hydreigon, we knock out a Sableye, and it's still looking very ugly. I could lose at any point to just like a catcher, all sorts of stuff, but we start making a comeback. I get everything set up, I get 3 Altarias out there, Dragon Blade for 160, and all of a sudden I am in a position to actually win this game. And yes, I complete the 4 prize comeback. We beat the Darkrai Hydreigon deck in one of the greatest comebacks I've ever had. In the number 2 moment, I am down to just 2 Regigigas EX versus my opponent's field of 3 Electrics and just 1 prize to go. So this is looking like an impossible win. I Giga Power to hit a Rayquaza EX for 60 damage, but my opponent has a huge Mewtwo, hits me for 180 damage, but thankfully I survive thanks to a Spiritia City Gym giving my Regigigas EX plus 20 hit points. But it's still not going to make a difference unless I draw my last switch and my last Eviolite in the deck, and whoa, I draw both off of the Juniper, switch into this Regigigas, and I'm going to be able to Giga Power this Rayquaza EX for 80, and then I don't take any damage because of the Eviolite. So I still got a shot at this game. Now, I could lose to a bunch of stuff like a catcher. 2 energy on a Mewtwo would knock me out. It does have about a bazillion energy on it right now. So I still don't really win, but my opponent sends up his Mewtwo. It looks like he has enough, but it's only 180 damage. I live with the plus 20 hit points, and I get to use Raging Hammer for 230 damage and win the game. Regigigas, I have 2 in play with 180 damage each. How in the world does this sort of thing happen? I don't know. It's only the kind of magic that Bad Deck Monday can provide. Don't make Gigas angry. You don't want to see him when he's angry. He starts smashing Mewtwo's. In the number 1 moment, I'm using my Flygon Ninjask Dusknoir deck Finally, I get my Dusknoir out and stuff starts getting real. I use Sinister Hand to move damage off the active Keldeo EX to a benched one to knock it out. And then I'm going to follow that up with a Night Slash from Ninjask. And then it's going to do 120 damage, so I'm going to knock out 2 Keldeo EXs in one turn. Just manipulating some damage here, making sure I don't lose stuff. Then I switch into Flygon, which gets the Sand Slammer ability. Does 10 more to each of my opponent's Pokemon. And just like that, in 2 turns, I have taken 6 prizes with a Ninjask Flygon Dusknoir deck as I knock out my 3rd Keldeo EX in a row. So this was a wacky game that just kind of ended all of a sudden with this monster combo with Flygon, Dusknoir, and Ninjask. So number 1 moment, we have Ninjask Night Slashing the competition. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this week's highlight reel of Bad Deck Monday. Be sure to check out Bad Deck Monday live if you aren't already. It's every Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our stream. It's twitch.tv/thetopcut. As always, leave me some feedback down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I can do better. All of that good stuff. And I'll try to get some more videos out to you soon. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Puka, and I will see you next time.